Good morning, welcome to our Junior Doctor Hub. Today we are going to run through the ultimate frequently asked questions in relation to salary sacrificing. So this is off the back of a Zoom webinar I did last year during lockdown for the AMAQ. So we had a heap of junior doctors, medical interns send me questions which I was able to answer on the spot, which was awesome. But I thought I'd just put them all here today in one succinct location for you to run through at your leisure. So the first question I get asked is, as a junior doctor or a medical intern, do you recommend I do salary packaging? 100% you should do salary packaging. So what that means is you get a large salary, and we're going to take this portion here and pop it over into your salary packaging. The portion that you salary package will be $9,000 of your income, essentially going to package items. It might be your rent, it might be your mortgage, it could be your car expenses, travel, those sort of things get paid for out of that $9,000. Essentially, what that means is you're getting a tax benefit of up to $3,000 on those items that you would otherwise maybe not receive a tax benefit for. So it's definitely worth your while making sure you do maximise your salary packaging and make sure that that is in place by the time you're ready to start work. So I suggest you come in and see us in November or December before you start work in the January, because once you start work in the January, life gets really hectic for you and you don't have time to think about salary packaging. And once the time has lapsed, essentially you've lost out on that tax benefit. So I want to make sure that you've got everything set up, ready to go, so you don't have to stress when you start work. Another question I frequently get asked, is it better to salary sacrifice or is it better to claim a tax deduction? Well, both. So what we're going to do is we need to make sure anything that we're able to claim a tax deduction for, that we save that for claiming in our tax return. Anything that you are able to claim a tax deduction, I wouldn't usually recommend that you salary package that. What we want to do is save our salary packaging for things that aren't tax deductible, like your rent or your mortgage or your motor vehicle, travel, those sort of things. There's a whole heap of different things that we can package, and we'll make sure that we get that maximised for you. So medical interns are usually thinking, how do I get this set up? I don't know whether to go with RemServ or Smart Salary. I don't even know how to do that paperwork. So what we recommend is that you pop in and see us, and we have an initial consultation where we run through what is going to suit you best. What can you package? How much can you package? Working out how much is going to be taken out of your pay each fortnight, and we assist you in getting that paperwork sorted. What we then need to do is get that paperwork submitted to Smart Salary or RemServ, and we'll help you work out which one that looks like for you. We need to make sure we get that paperwork submitted before you start work. Usually take 2 to 3 pay cycles for that to then take effect, and you'll see that on your payslip. What I do need to do is check your first couple of payslips to make sure that has got into effect. Sometimes things slip through the cracks, so we need to then follow up with RemServ or Smart Salary to make sure they've got your paperwork and that it's been processed and you're seeing those benefits straight away. Another question I get asked is in relation to salary packaging. Is that based on the calendar year or the financial year? Well, it's neither. So it's based on the fringe benefits tax year, which runs from the 1st of April through to the 31st of March. It doesn't have a large impact on you. We just need to make sure the paperwork is filled out accordingly. So we're maximising everything during that period. We need to make sure in February or March that you're checking in with your salary sacrifice provider to make sure that there's not additional funds sitting in that account that need to be cleared out before the 31st of March. So you can, if there is additional funds sitting aside for you to use, what we might like to do is, one, see if there's anything else that you can submit through to RemServ or Smart Salary to make sure that you're using that. Alternatively, if you don't have anything to claim against that, you may wish to take those funds back out through the way of your salary, which will be taxed and then arrive in your bank account, or you might like to contribute an additional amount into super. If you're going to contribute the additional amount into super, we do just need to be mindful of the superannuation caps that exist, but feel free to reach out to us and we can talk about that and what your options might be. Another question our interns like to ask me is everybody automatically eligible for the $9,000? Yes, everyone's able to claim up to that $9,000. It's making sure that you have enough items to fully use the $9,000, which can be the tricky part. So if you're renting, that usually covers off on it. If you've got mortgage repayments, again, usually covers off on it. Car repayments may not be enough per fortnight to make sure that we're using the full amount of your salary sacrifice arrangements. The tricky one can be if you're living at home with mum and dad still. There's no benefit to you in moving out just so you can claim additional stuff, because you're going to spend more money by paying rent than living at home with mum and dad, so that's the best place to be. But we can make sure that we are able to claim anything else for you. So it might be the running costs for your car, the fuel, your tyres, repairs and maintenance, that sort of thing. It might be a holiday that you've booked, even if it's for personal use, that can still go through your salary sacrificing arrangements. So all is not lost if you're still living at home with mum and dad. Another item my interns tend to ask me about is, how does salary packaging affect my HECS repayment or my HELP repayments? So what we need to be aware of is that salary packaging does come into play when the ATO calculate how much HELP or HECS that you have to pay back. But you do need to remember that HECS or HELP loan as such from the government is only indexed each year at CPI, which at the moment is quite small. So it does need to be repaid at some point in your career. It is calculated based on your income as well as items that you've salary sacrificed. So it's just something to be aware of and not be surprised by. So another question we get asked is in relation to superannuation. You may have seen, based on the recent budget night, that superannuation has now gone up to 10%. So 10% of your wage will be contributed to super. What you're able to do is contribute additional amounts into your super, and Queensland Health will contribute additional as well. So that really boosts your super early on in your career. And I know what you're thinking, I'm young, I don't really want to contribute the money to super, but it's that old compound interest type effect. The more we put in now, the more our super is likely to grow throughout the time in your career. So by the time you make retirement or you're comfortable to retire, that you have enough money to make sure you're funding your retirement well. So if any of these frequently asked questions have sparked more questions for you, please jump onto our Junior Doctor Hub. So if you Google literally Junior Doctor Hub, you should find William Buck's hub available there for you. You're able to contact me through that page, alternatively reach out to the details that you'll see at the end of this video and ask your questions. In our Junior Doctor Hub, we do have an exclusive package available to our interns, which is quite comprehensive, covering a whole range of things that you might need, being tax returns, salary packaging, insurance, through our partners, those sort of things that we're well aware that medical interns may need at this time during their career. Thank you so much for watching my short video this morning, and hope that's covered off on questions. I'll see you next time.